Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone present in the meet. I am Pramita Agnivo from Group 2, and the topic which we are going to present today is VMware Cloud Computing. The content of our presentation includes virtualization, VMware virtualization, virtual infrastructure, VMware vMotion, planned and unplanned downtime, advantages and disadvantages, and finally the conclusion. Now, moving on to the next slide, we will see what is virtualization. Well, virtualization is the creation of a virtual version of something rather than actual, such as a server, a desktop, a storage device, an operating system, or network resources. In other words, virtualization is a technique which allows to share a single physical resource or an application among multiple customers or organizations. And VMware virtualization enables users to create and run VMS directly on a single Windows or Linux desktop. It reduces the cost and increases the efficiency, utilization, and flexibility of the existing hardware. In the next slide, we will see the advantages of using VMware virtualization. So virtualization is the answer to resolve the power consumption of data centers. One of the primary goals of almost all forms of virtualization is to make efficient use of resources, including energy. A large amount of energy is saved per server, hence it is the best to practice green computing, especially the data centers of India. Now, Pritam will continue.
Thank you, Pramita. So now we will be seeing what actually VM server virtualization is. So virtualization, as Pramita had discussed, is the process of creating a virtual version of something, and in this case, the servers or the operating systems, mainly the servers. Now, what does the server virtualization mean? Server virtualization means we are masking the actual physical server from the users, and that means we are hiding the operating system processors and individual physical servers, and also we are dividing the physical server into multiple unique and distributed kind of servers by means of software application, so that the each virtual server can work or run on a distributed system and have its own operating system and perform its own operations, which is independent of the others. Now on to the next slide, we will be discussing what are the differences between using a VMware and not using a VMware. So obviously the first thing that comes is the consumption of power, which is very high in case of non-VMware systems, whereas in VMware the power consumption is less and the cost is also reduced. VMware provides rapid provisioning, flexibility and automation is also very good in case of VMware. And another important thing is that the VMware allows multiple virtual servers to run in instead of a single physical server, which actually increases the efficiency of the whole system as a unit. And so that is the main differences between the two things. And to the next slide, we will be discussing about the key features for virtual server virtualization. The main first thing is partitioning. That means the different OS can run on a single physical machine, which is done because of server virtualization. Then the next thing is isolation. That means we are trying to isolate the faults and the security so that our system becomes much more secure from external threats or cyber threats, and that gives us the cyber security feeling also. And then the next thing is encapsulation, which means we are storing each file with a copy in each virtual machine. So that is all from my end. Now Pada will continue.
Thank you, Pritam. So now we'll discuss what is virtual infrastructure. Virtual infrastructure is a collection of software-defined components that make up an enterprise IT environment. This virtual infrastructure offers the symmetric ability to control a complex system consisting of several x86-based servers. It operates different OS and applications on one single server, support existing applications on one new hardware, replace the old hardware in the data center. Also, release instantly new projects with virtual infrastructure and postpone new physical hardware purchase. In next slide, so here we'll talk about VMware vMotion. So it enables the live migration of running virtual machine from one physical server to another with zero downtime and continuous service here is available. Complete It completes the transaction integrity. Being motion is the key in which enables technology for creating the dynamic, automated, and self-optimizing data center. vMotion allows users to automatically optimize and allocate entire pools of resources from maximum hardware utilization, flexibility, and availability. It continuously and automatically allocates virtual machines within resource pool. Now Arnav will continue.
Thank you, Parag. Now, in this slide, I will discuss about the planned downtime using VMware technology. So, the system downtime is divided into two parts. One is planned downtime, and another is unplanned downtime. So, the planned downtime is occurred during the virtual machine upgrade and VMware tools upgrade. So depending on our upgrade plan, some virtual machines downtime might be required during the ESX upgrade. The VM must have some downtime when the ESX host reboots after upgrade. If an ESX host is not managed by the vCenter server, we cannot use virtual motion to move the virtual machine. Like if our VM user are located in diverse time zone, we can prepare by migrating virtual machine to specific host to the server a given time zone. This way we can arrange the host upgrade so that VM downtime occurs outside the business hour. So now moving to the next slide. Here we discuss about the unplanned downtime. So basically, it means a downtime which is not planned, then it's called unplanned downtime. So we always trying to reduce the unplanned downtime. So vSphere builds important capability into the data center infrastructure that can help us prevent unplanned downtime. So the features can be configured and utilized by all the virtual machines on a physical system, reducing the cost and the complexity of providing higher availability. The key availability and the capability are built into vSphere are shape storage, network infrastructure, teaming, and storage multipath. So now I will like to call Agnivo to continue the rest of our presentation.
Thank you, Arnav. Hello, sir. Myself, Agnivo. So from this slide, we will discuss about the benefits and the drawbacks of this VMware. On its positive side, VMware is based on a zero trust model along with better security system like Kubernetes, and it has better provisioning of resources, and it increases the efficiency and agility of data center system. Moving on to its drawbacks, VMware has high licensing fees. It provides lack of support and several bugs when used alongside Oracle products, and it has hardware compatibility issues as not everything works well with VMware. So next slide, please. So in this presentation, we have discussed about the whole VMware concept and the benefits and drawbacks of it. So in the end, we can conclude that it run its own operating system, allowing multiple OSs to run on one single physical server, and all of the VMs uh, on physical servers share resources like networking, storage, and RAM, and etc. And it saves money and streamline operation with server consolidation. So yeah, next. So our presentation wraps up here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. A great presentation, very good presentation. Thank you.